What's up everyone, Clayton here, and today we're back with our third and final build of the 3 builds in 1 day 700 subscriber special that was suggested by Dashru. I'm going to keep giving him credit because I think he deserves credit since he came up with the idea of having 3 builds in 1 day. This last build is going to be our thief/assassin build. And yeah, make sure you guys, if you haven't already, checked out the warrior build, the crusher, the mage build, the shield mage, and yeah, you're checking out the third one today, so good job on you. So this build, the thief or assassin build, is called the Shadow. The Shadow is a dark elf. His family's home was destroyed when the Red Mountain erupted. He had to kind of become a refugee, and he didn't really have anywhere to go. His family was very poor because everything was destroyed in the volcano blast, and no one really helped him out. And he had to resort to stealing to kind of stay alive and help his family out. One day when he was trying to pickpocket a man, he turned on him and pulled out a sword. Not knowing what to do, he took out his dagger that his father gave him to protect himself, and he killed the man. And from then on, he understood that to stay alive and to keep his family alive, that he needed to steal and not be afraid to kill someone. After his family had moved on or passed away because of his thieving, which they didn't really like too much, him killing people, he didn't know where else to go, so he decided to take his skills to Skyrim, where he got caught crossing the border. So think of the Shadow as kind of a Thieves Guild member who actually kills his targets after he steals from them. He kills his targets, he does not care, as long as he gets the gold and the money from him, he doesn't care. So this is kind of like the opposite Thieves Guild member, so you probably won't be joining them unless you just kind of want to play as a Thieves Guild, but I wouldn't recommend it if it's a role-playing build. So for skills you want to be using, you'll be using one-handed, light armor, sneak, lockpicking, pickpocket, and alchemy. Since this build is more of a thief, you really want to focus on these lockpicking and pickpocketing skills to make sure you can steal as much loot as you can. One-handed, you'll be using a dagger, which his father gave him, and also 2 dual-wielded swords from time to time, whenever you need to get yourself out of a pickle when you're not in sneak and you have to actually fight someone. Light armor, you'll be using a Thieves Guild Master Armor. I know I said not to use or not be a part of the Thieves Guild, but I think the black kind of looks cool on him since he's like the Shadow. He sticks to shadows. No one really sees him when when he robs them. They just die and people find their bodies. So yeah. Obviously you need sneak, and you probably want to put every point of that, especially Assassin Blade, where you can do backstabs with a dagger with 15 times damage. Lockpicking is really good. There's a thing called Golden Touch where you find more golden chests, which kind of puts a role playing as him being a thief. And pickpocket, there's a thing called Extra Pockets where you increase your carrying capacity by 100, which is really good, and I think that would be a really good thing to have to hold on to more loot. Another thing with pickpocket is that you can get the poison perk, which allows you to silently harm enemies by placing poison in their pockets. This is a way to silently kill your targets without having to actually backstab them. And this kind of goes into alchemy, which you'll be using to create poisons, which you will use to either use on your blades to kill enemies, or to put in their pockets to pretty much kill your enemies the same. But yeah, so this is kind of a mix between an assassin and a thief, since your main focus is to steal loot, but you do not care if you kill your target. You kind of enjoy killing your target, so go ahead and do that if you want. So for weapons and armor, like I said, I use the Thieves Guild Master armor set because it is black and it's called the Shadow. He looks really cool with all the black armor, and you have to stick to the shadows, so it kind of helps you role play, because if you use like bright yellow armor, it wouldn't really look that good. Another thing is that I use an ebony dagger that you kind of roleplay as the dagger your father gave you to protect yourself in the main refugee camp that they were in after the Red Mountain erupt. Also, I use ebony swords to dual wield, kind of keep with the black and the shadow effect. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did there. For stats, you don't really need any magicka at all because you won't be using any magicka base skills except for restoration. So you want to put most of your skills in, or points of like health, magic, and stamina into health, #1 priority, and #2 stamina. You want to have a decent stamina pool to be able to do power attacks as well as to silent roll with sneak. And also for this, you want to have the thief standing stone because you're a thief, pretty much. And you want to make sure you get your thief skills up as much as you can. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed these 3 videos today. And yeah, thank you guys for 700 subscribers once again. And yeah, make sure you guys leave your feedback below if you guys are liking these builds. If you guys want me to change up some of the builds, maybe do something different, or if my mic's still okay. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and make sure to check out these 2 other videos here, as well as the 2 videos I also. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and this is Clayton, signing off.